Good morning, precious. How you doing, baby? Happy New Year and happy Tuesday. And today on Coffee and Conversation with your girl Shakenya, when you get a minute, go to that YouTube channel Shakenya and hit subscribe, guys. Look at some of the videos, and if you see anything that you like, just hit share. No, I didn't become famous by the end of the year, but I will be this year, I guarantee you. So please just go on and share the video now. You're on the ground floor. This is like a new business that's just starting out, and before long we're gonna be big. So right now we putting in the work. So the work is you sharing the video, liking the video, telling people about that girl Shakenya. Yeah, and then we're gonna make it big. We're gonna be rich together. So y'all, today, did y'all hear from y'all babies over the New Year and over the Christmas and the holidays and stuff? No. Now we got our boards out, because remember, you seniors, we created this crime scene board in your 9th grade year because we wanted to know who was manipulating your baby, who was planting seeds, who was turning your baby against you. So yeah, here we are 4 years later. You ain't heard from your baby. You ain't been the parent that you should have been to your child. So that baby just losing all the way around. The only people they got to depend on is them people. I know, ain't that terrible? Ain't that crazy how somebody could just rip you from your whole family and everybody be okay with that? I know, that's why I keep telling y'all, that ain't the white man all the time, yeah. Because look at my situation. She was ripped from her whole family. Every time I go see any of my family members, they asking where the baby at. Have you heard from the baby? Have you talked to the baby? You know how embarrassing it is and how sad it is and how hurtful it is not to be able to answer their questions because I don't know nothing about what's going on with her. Ain't that crazy? How could I have failed her so badly? When I sit back and think, when I do my self-reflecting, do you know how I had y'all go back and see if y'all were the reason why the baby was taking out y'all life and why the parents just chose to separate y'all? And when I did my self-reflecting, do you know the only thing that came up that I should have done differently? I should have stopped her from going over there every weekend. And I think that would have killed me more than anything, because that would be as if I'm keeping her from her dad, not allowing her to be a part of their family. I would feel like I'm being selfish. I would feel like that's the wrong thing to do, considering I had my dad in my life, right? I never thought that it would turn around and bite me in the ass. Like, I never thought that me knowing the importance of having him in her life would cancel me out. I never knew that. But I do know now, if I would have caught on to the simplest signs, that it would have equated or it would have led up to me not allowing her to go over there every single weekend. And also it would have maybe I should have had her have supervised visits with him and his mom. That way I would have been able to regulate the conversation. I would have been able to be there to make sure that the things and the seeds that are planted are good, fruitful seeds, not evil seeds. The fact that you haven't heard from your child at all, or especially over the holidays, somebody was teaching that child, forget family, F family. So, remember in the beginning I told you guys, when you get together and you compare notes, you compare families and how you guys were brought up, one of y'all might have had a decent childhood and one of y'all might not have had that. So in his case, he didn't have a good childhood. He had to get up, take care of the baby. The mama wasn't doing what she's supposed to do. The family wasn't close-knit. People wasn't looking out for each other. I had a different upbringing. We didn't have much, but we looked out for each other. Like when I got the boys, when I got custody of them, and before the state kicked in and I started getting money and stuff for them, my aunties would give me food out their refrigerator. They would give me money. My little cousin Tony, he would help me buy them school clothes and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like my bonus mom kept the kids from me on the weekend to give me a break, because she knew how hard it was taking care of all those kids. Because someone wasn't even mad. So it's like my family, when I look at my family, it's a whole different dynamic. So y'all have to agree at that time, what are you going to teach the children? Are you going to teach children F family or 4 family? So if you haven't heard from your baby, just like I haven't heard from mine, that means the other family is pushing that. They pushing, yeah, you love just this, just us. But everybody else, forget everybody else. So yeah, that's a conflict of interest. That's why it's so much psychological damage at the end of the day, because the child is so confused. Because see, for my child not to be a part of our life, it got to be devastating for her. Like, she should feel some kind of way about herself every time she wake up in the morning. That's why that self-hate start kicking. I know, that's so, because at some point she got to try to figure out what she did wrong for it to be this bad, you know, because she should never have been separated from us. We never did nothing bad to her. My family did nothing. They didn't do nothing but show her love. From the time she was born up until the time that she decided to go stay with her, she decided to go stay with her dad, and everybody allowed her. Yep, we had a good family, a good close-knit family. Yep, so that's where that damage come in at, because the child knows this. The child was a part of this. Like for Christmas, me and my son was going over my dad's sister's house, and on the way going there, he said, this brings back memories. Hey, G, said this brings back memories from when we was kids, because I would make a Christmas list of everybody in my family, from my aunties on down to my cousins on down to their kids. And I would get everybody a Christmas gift. And we would drive over everybody's house and take a picture and give them their Christmas gift. Every year we would do this all through their childhood. I know she remembers that. I know she remembers me talking about my family all the time and how we've been there for one another. I know she remembers all the gatherings that we go to, because we're always going to birth. So yeah, when you take a child out of another parent's life, that child is left with all the remnants of everything that was done, everything that was said, all the teaching, all the good times, all the fun times. So I know it got to be real heavy on her shoulders not to be a part of our life. Somebody is telling her not to reach out and not to call us, right? So today's lesson is autism. Yeah, today we're going to talk about autism. So we talk about a lot about some of the signs you should be looking for to find out if your baby mama or your baby daddy is manipulating your baby, or somebody planting seeds in your baby. But today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the things you should look for to see if your baby is suffering from autism. Yep. We've been covering disorders for the last week and a half. And a lot of the disorders that we spoke of mainly affected adults. Yeah. So we're going to touch on a few that affect kids, and maybe, hey, Brother Dion, hey, Sharon, maybe I can give you a couple things to look out for. That way you can possibly get your children tested if you question anything, okay? So, let's start off with what it is. Autism syndrome disorder is characterized as, they gave it a little nickname. I guess we'll run across it in a minute. A developmental disorder that impacts an individual's social and communication skills. Other characterizations include repetitive behaviors, the ability to self-regulate, potential challenges with self-help. Signs for this condition often appear early in life, typically around the ages of 2 or 3 years of age, meaning that you should start seeing signs in your baby as early as 2 and 3, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, y'all, when I get to running down these symptoms and stuff you can look for, it's hard. It's hard. So I ain't going to be mad at you as a parent if you missed it. You know what I mean? Hopefully you don't miss it for too many years, but they're real subtle. So it says some of these signs can go unnoticed for years, so that's why it takes longer in life to be diagnosed. I know. So some people say it's through genetics. Yep. Some people say having children at an older age can affect. Player. It's no sugar. And taking prescription drugs while pregnant can contribute to autism. And I'm going to just throw this in there, guys, women, and men too, because I don't know if you taking drugs maybe, or drinking maybe, or something like that. I'm quite sure it might affect your sperm, you know. But, you know, so if you're trying to get pregnant, fellas, maybe you want to ease off on certain things. But women in particular, because I know women, because I'm a woman, so I can speak on that. But women, yeah, when you find out that you're pregnant, stop drinking, stop smoking, Stop smoking cigarettes, stop smoking weed, stop taking heroin, stop any drugs, prescriptions, whether anything, stop taking them. As soon as you find out you're pregnant, anything that you take and put into your body affects that baby. It affects that baby's growth and development in your belly. It affects that baby's blood. It affects that baby. Please. So if you find out that you're pregnant, stop doing anything recreational. So, symptoms. Difficulty making friends and maintaining relationships. Difficulty understanding social cues. Interest in people, but difficulty communicating. Different reactions to certain sound, taste, smell, or feelings. This can look like hypersensitivity to sound, for example. Wow. Now, how would you know that? You know what I mean? If your baby is experiencing this or something, like, how would you... I know. That's why you got to pay attention to your babies. Repeated actions and routines. Now, that right there, I usually tell my parents is a good one to kind of help you start paying attention to your baby. Like, that might be the gateway for you to start seeing the other symptoms. Yep. Seeing that they're doing a repeated routine of certain things, right? Difficulty understanding their own and others' feelings. Not showing a lot of emotion. I don't want to stay stoic, but that might be a good word to use. I'm not sure. But yeah, not showing no emotion at all in most cases. Oh, y'all trying to see the fit? Trouble displaying their emotions and communicating their needs. Telling you what they want. Having adverse reaction to touch or physical affection. They might not like you to touch them. Special and obsessive interests, avoiding eye contact, and a desire to be alone. That's a good one. Of when they avoid eye contact. Those are two that I usually tell my parents to kind of look out for. Hey, James, good morning. He wasn't getting the proper oxygen to the brain. Yep, you right, Dion. As a result of using any kind of drugs. Yep. Stimming, guys. Stimming is a hot button, hot word. Or repetitive body motions to self-regulate their emotions. This helps them to regulate their emotions, guys. So I think that's all I wrote down for autism. I wanted to touch on ADHD, but I knew that was going to be a long video. I don't want to do that to y'all at the beginning of the year. So, y'all, that's it for Coffee and Conversation with your girl, Shakenya. I will be posting the link for that GoFundMe, guys. I'm not getting much traction, but hopefully going into the new year, you guys will have a soft heart and want to help the children with the U-Build program. So, we'll see. So, I'm going to post it on here, guys. So, that's it for Coffee and Conversation for the new year. I'm out. Mwah.